Today on Mainly Lofts, we are going to start trap training these birds once again. We really need to get a lot more serious about it because we will be out here in the next couple months living, which is probably only 8 weeks away. I've got this little cage I've made up. I have been using it for the high flyers. I put the young birds up in the roof with it. So I'm going to do the same here. I might pull out a bunch of the youngest ones, or the really new ones that I've brought in, and we'll just drop them in there, maybe sit them up on the roof, and then we'll bring all the other older birds up into this top bit too and just trap train them. So we'll do a little bit of both. I just want them to get a better view. I want them to be able to see down the back there as well. They can, when they're up in this top section, they can see all out here, and obviously it's changed a bit now with the house and all the other stuff going on. So I definitely want to get the younger ones up on top so they can really get a good view around the place, especially when you first let them out, and if they fly around there, they might just get a little bit lost. So we'll get those young birds up there, sit them up there for 10-15 minutes and just check on them, see how they're going. So we'll load this up with some young birds. This is the little wire box I got. So we'll load this up with some young birds and see what we can do with it. Get up on that roof. We've got plenty of young birds in there, so let's get them all up there and see how they go. Get all the red ones because they're easy to spot. There's another one. This one, ow, this one feels pretty good. Someone's hitting me on the head. They're pretty solid, some of these birds. I feel like someone just punched me in the head. That's a beautiful one, this one. Look at that. I use for the high flyers, and I thought I might start using it for these guys. Look at that. So I didn't get all the young birds out. It's just a bit hard because you could see the amount of birds that has gone crazy and flying around in there. We got Little Shock. You can see she's very friendly. Always way too friendly, this little hen, but she's pretty cute, that one. But believe it or not, all these 6 here are the 6 that we've bred from the red hen and also the from Shock. So these are all his babies. He done 3 checkers and he done 3 red checkers, which is pretty cool. The only one that's got white flights is this one, which is Little Shock, sorry. And then we just pumped out those 3 red checkers, which is really cool. And then the 2 checks over here. They're all got they're all very slightly pied. They've all got that little white tick around their eye. There might just be one that doesn't have it. It might be this one. It's a bit hard to tell. But they are really good looking little babies. And they're quite happy actually to be down here on the grass. So from what Adam is telling me, he said that these should be more sex-linked. So these 3 red ones should be all cockbirds. So that'll be interesting to see how they turn out. and some of these will be hens. I know this one's definitely a hen because she's just way too adorable. Look at her. So we'll get them out. I want to put them out the back here just so I can get a little bit of a back view. I'll just set them in the shade. It's pretty much at the back of the loft. So I can just sort of, we've got the loft here. We can just set them here and they get a pretty good view of the backside as well, which they don't get. But they look good. So we'll give these guys a little bit of time out here by themselves and then we'll check up on them shortly. I'm going to get all the other birds in the viewing box and then we'll bring them in for a trap. The older ones shouldn't really have too much of a problem with it. And if we do get time, I want to show you a few birds that are starting to turn out really good. There's an airplane up there somewhere that they're looking at. They are having a good little time there, just pecking around at the grass and sticks and things like that. I have had a few comments from you guys. I do read all the comments, so make sure you do drop some comments down below. And also check the description, because there's a lot of links in there to a lot of really cool stuff. Oh, that's a good looking bird right there. That is one that I actually really like. But where I was going with this is, I had a few comments about just opening up these bulbs and just letting them go out there naturally. So that's what I might do. I might just open up and see what birds go out there. So I've got a little bit of wire here somewhere. I'll just find it and jig this up and we'll just see who goes out there. See if that does anything. Hopefully, in a second I'll jump out of there so they come out. They might come out. I did want to try the bob wires like I've got here, and I'm not overly enjoying them as much, to be honest. I really think the next loft is going to go back into being more of a Sputnik type, and hopefully I can just weld one up out of, make a really nice one. But we'll see. I'll set this camera up and we'll see if they come through. So the first one I pushed through there, but the rest of it all went up there and had a bit of a look, which is good. There's quite a few up there now. Still quite a few down there, but I'm just wondering whether when we start letting them out again, we just open that up and let them come out, or don't know. Who's this one here? Who's that cockbird? 8007. He's a stunner, that one. There's a few that just stand out really well. I think there's another one that was 8013. I was just having a bit of a hold of it before. But there's that type there. There's a whole bunch that look like that. Is definitely ones that I really want to keep my eye on, just because they are what I'm trying to breed into my birds, like that kind of quality. It's similar to what we have done before. I'm just wondering what they're looking at, if there's a hawk flying around. Yeah, I really like that. I'll have to try and get a couple in a minute and just show you, because he's a perfect cross between Leo and Storm. And there's another one, I think it was 8006 or 7, maybe, that could be it. Or maybe 8013. I'll have a look again in a minute and I'll grab it and show you. But that is like the perfect cross between them. It's got all the vigor and the, you know, a lot of things I like about Storm, like all the muscle build and things like that. But then it's got the balance and also the cross between the build of Leo as well. So, and the really good wings that Leo has. Leo has like outstanding wings, the best that I've seen on any pigeon in my whole entire life. That's why when I picked him up, I was like, I need to get him and I need to breed him into my birds. And it doesn't throw into all of the birds. I've noticed that not all of them have it, but it's just really hard to explain. I like it when they're really well balanced. They can sit in your hand, they're not trying to wiggle out, they're not stressed, they're just sitting there and they just fit in your hands perfectly. And I'll show you that because there is one that does it. Actually, little Storm, she is like that as well. That's why I was quite happy to take her back. But these guys had enough time on the lawn here. We might get them back into the cage and see how they go. But we definitely will continue trap training. Probably start doing it later on this weekend when I get some time. I'm not going to have much more time after this till the weekend, which is only a few days away. So we'll get these in there. So they are all up in there. It's a little bit dusty. Took a little bit of time to get them all up there because there's a lot of birds there now, but they're all up there. I'm going to give them another 15-20 minutes in there, I think, and then we'll let them out. We'll not let them out, but trap train them back in, sorry. And we need to get them up in the air. There's just so many in there fighting now, it's unreal. Right, it's time for your birds to come in. We'll get the seed in your tray here. Get them nice and keen. You ready? Mum! 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 Come on, concentrate, come on. I might push some in from the outside. Some of you need a helping hand, don't you? Mum! Mum! So, looks like I've got a bit of work to do, but we will get there. Most of them seem to know what they're doing. I'm going to need pretty much a full day, I think, when I let them out next time. Get them out nice and early, and then it'll give all those stragglers time to come back in of a night time, get in there. Because I think we're going to have a bit of a problem like we did when we first let them out, and it took us all day to get them back in. But they did pick up after that, so we'll see how we go. Make sure you hit the description, check out all those links, and I'm going to see you all in the next video.